These are the themes right now on the crypto markets. And as you can see, a lot of red. The crypto market is having a little bit of a pullback. Today on the show, we're going to look at what is causing this pullback. Should we be worried? Is this a buying opportunity? And if this is a buying opportunity, then which tokens are we going to buy today? That is what the show is all about. That is what the show is all about always. We always tell you what's going on with the markets. And we try and give you, Fred, what's the word? Like, is it a balanced view? I don't know if it's balanced. Like, balance just sounds like so like diet, like a balanced diet, you know? Yeah, we try and combine fundamentals and technicals and show you when to get in. And I must say, like, even I'm impressed by how accurately we are now starting to call these things. Like, we're calling them so accurately because we're combining the fundamentals and the technical. So if you're new to our channel, welcome to the most profitable community in the entire interweb. If you have just found out about us, where the hell have you been? Like, where have you been? Because this is the fastest growing channel in the entire crypto interwebs. It's certainly the channel with the most calls, or the good calls on the interweb. And it's also the only channel that today we have to give away the Banter bags. You know why? Because we said that when we have, look at this, whoa, this is big day. Huge monster day. We said when we get to 250,000 subscribers, we have to give away the Banter bags. We've selected 8 winners in the Banter bags. Can you imagine 8 winners? We've got 8 winners in the Banter bags that are going to get life-changing money. Let's look at the life-changing money. Fred, this is where you pop up that screen. Let's try again, slowly. Fred's still learning. So this is where you make life-changing money because the value of the Banter bags today is nearly $500,000. And remember, we still have, because I'm a maniac investor and I just keep buying these things, we still have Donkey Finance coming. TradeStars is actually launched. Fred, TradeStars is launched. Unreal Finance is launched. And I got you guys NFTB. Okay, now, I know you think like, whoa, you got NFTB. NFTB had a $400 and something thousand raise. Just understand the numbers here, right? BINANCE took the majority of the raise. And Crypto Man Run got a NFTB bag for his community. That is the power of Crypto Banter and the Crypto Banter community. So if you're new to the community, welcome. Where the hell have you been? Okay, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Do it quickly, not only because we're all in this together, but also because this is the only channel where you can win the Banter bags. And today we're giving away 2 of the Banter bags because we said we'd give it away before 250,000 subscribers. If you don't know what it is, we took $10,000. We invested $10,000 in pre-market allocations. Those pre-market allocations are coming to market. And today we're giving away the Banter bags. Tomorrow, we are going to give away a terms and conditions. We're going to make the winner sign, and then we're going to start distributing all the Banter bags to the community. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? So time has finally come to give away the Banter bags. We've changed 8 lives. We're going to change 2 more lives today. Yeah, I think we have to pick the winners on the show today. I think it's just what we have to do. So massive show. Massive show today. Tomorrow on the show, also a big show. Who's coming on tomorrow, Freddie? Freddie, I don't know. Fred's looking at SMSs while the show's on, so I don't know. This is where we're at today. So George is coming here tomorrow. He's on the show tomorrow. You know, we love the show. This is George. I kind of think like me and George have this like yin and yang thing. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm like the wild guy, and George always brings it back. You know, he always brings it back. And you know, we love George. George, I think, has one of the best channels out there because he doesn't get caught up in the hype. He's very objective. And, you know, every time on his channel,
a lot to talk about.
He's always got a lot to talk about. The guy's always got a lot to talk about. And Fred, play that baby. There's that baby guy, the guys that, I mean, we take the Mickey out of George and all his amazing contributions. And now someone's doing the same to us.
Everybody, my name is Rari, and I do exactly, and I'm finding that video with Papa.
So he's doing exactly as we predicted. Also in big news today, if you watched our show earlier today, we were trying to get Neil, one of our producers, we were trying to get him a date. Remember, there was a girl, and she said if we play her video on the show, Neil gets a date. Well, guys, I'm proud to announce, I'm very, very, very proud to announce, even the donkey's proud, and we're announcing that Neil actually has his date. Neil, congratulations, buddy. Fred, play the date video.
Hey Neil, you just got yourself a date. What are you gonna do about it? We are on the other side of the planet. Ren, I think I need to win the Banter bag. I need to get a new dress.
Wow. I know it's tough. I mean, do I give her the Banter bags? Guys, let me know if I should give her the Banter bags. I mean, to buy a dress. I mean, we've changed lives. We could change Neil's life here. But I mean, the Banter bags to buy a dress, that seems a bit, I don't know. What do you think, Fred? Hold on a second. I've got to check a few things. I have to see something here. Okay, let's look at some of the news, the big news today. I think one of the big stories is Mark Zuckerberg. There is a lot of speculation that Zuck is actually building up a Bitcoin portfolio, and that he has been building up this Bitcoin portfolio, and that he has $10 billion in Bitcoin. There's also speculation that Facebook has been buying Bitcoin. Now, we are waiting for the announcements to see. Remember that for Facebook to have to announce that it bought Bitcoin, the number would have to be very, very big, because they only have to announce it when it's significant on their balance sheet. But what do you make of this kind of tweet where Zuck turns around and says, meet my goats? And his goats' names are Max and Bitcoin. I mean, should we read between the lines there and almost say like Bitcoin goat, greatest of all time, Bitcoin goat, Zuckerberg buying Bitcoin? Or is this just a troll on the crypto community? I mean, I don't know. I would imagine that Zuck definitely has Bitcoin. And if he doesn't have Bitcoin, then I think that Facebook has Bitcoin. And yeah, I saw a comment about wife changing money. Guys, this is the only show that you need to watch if you want to make wife changing money in this bull market. There's only one show. You want to make wife changing money, you do it, you watch this show. What else, Freddie? What else is happening in the news? Let me see. Freddie got me all these screens. So now I'm like a real trader. I've got like a whole lot of screens and screens and screens. Okay. So the CBOE has filed a proposal that they want to list the Fidelity Bitcoin ETF with the SEC. What they're kind of doing is they're kind of talking as if the ETF is approved. And they're saying, look, we're under the assumption that this ETF gets approved. We want to be the people that actually list this ETF. And that's not quite... It's presumptuous. It's good. It shows that the market is kind of discounting the fact that there's going to be a Bitcoin ETF. We're also discounting the fact that there's going to be a Bitcoin ETF. Why? Because Gary Gensler is the new head of the SEC. I think he's going to come in and he's going to want to make a statement. And the statement's going to be, hey, we are ready for the digital revolution. And he understands Bitcoin because he was an MIT crypto professor, or he lectured a module at MIT. I listened to the whole module. It's a long module. It's a good couple of hours. I don't remember exactly how many hours. He is unbelievable in terms of his knowledge on Bitcoin, but he is going to protect the US people. So, and he's already acknowledged that if Bitcoin itself is not part of his jurisdiction, but any asset or any instrument that trades Bitcoin obviously could be a security, and that could be regulated by him. So we think that that's extremely, extremely, extremely positive. Some other positive announcements, and I'm not going to give you any of these announcements until you guys smash that like button. Let me see what's going on with the likes. Fred, what's going on with the likes? We have got 11,000 people watching. I can feel that just something inside of me just says that, the likes on there. I just feel this like 7,000 likes with 12,000 people watching a stream. You guys should be ashamed of yourselves. Ashamed of yourselves. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Okay, other big news today. So Block One, which is the company that raised $4 billion in the biggest ICO in 2017, and they used that money to launch the EOS.io protocol. Finally made an announcement today. And their announcement goes something like this. They said that Block One and prominent investors launch Bullish Global with $10 billion in funding. So what is Bullish Global? From what I read in the statement, and guys, forgive me, I haven't been able to get hold of Block One because this came out like 10 minutes before the show. It says, Block One, the software company behind EOS.io, today, blah, 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 fish-based. They say Bullish Global is an exchange which will offer an AMM, an automatic market making, lending, and portfolio management tools to deliver functionality that has previously been monopolized by the incumbent players. So basically, what it sounds like is that they're launching a decentralized exchange and they're going to use the EOS.io protocol. And they've got $10 billion in liquidity. For me, the big question is, they raised $4 billion. They spent $30 million buying a website for a social media application that up until today, not a single person that I know is actually using, called Voice. They raised the $4 billion and they invested the $4 billion in Bitcoin. So they have like massive, massive, massive money. In fact, Fred, tomorrow we'll tell the guys just how many Bitcoin the block one are actually holding. What have they done with it for the EOS.io protocol? Nothing. Nothing. And I think the EOS price is run. The EOS price is at about $10. Or now, actually today, about $11 on the back of this news. Question is, should you be buying EOS or shouldn't you be buying EOS? On the one hand, Block One have a lot of money. They have billions and billions and billions of dollars because they invested the money into Bitcoin at $4,000 or $5,000 a coin, and that itself has 10x. I wouldn't be surprised if they've got a war chest of $40 billion. The question is, what are they doing with that war chest to build the EOS.io application? And are they doing enough? And this is where I have a big problem with Block One and with EOS. I haven't seen them doing enough to blow up the EOS.io blockchain. At first, it was because they were engaged in discussions with the SEC. Great, those are now over, they've paid the fine. Then they announced the Voice. And that's a social media platform that not a single soul that I know is actually using. And now they're announcing this massive, massive, massive AMM or exchange, which is built on EOS.io, which as far as I know, no one is actually using. So is this good news? I'm not a big fan, but you know what? EOS.io is a big coin in the Chinese community. So it is one of those things that will actually run. You know what I want to talk about? I want to talk about JP Morgan. Okay, there's a good reason why I want to talk about JP Morgan. Okay, listen to this. So JP Morgan now came out with this. Ether should be as much as 75% lower at around $1,000 based on network activity, JP Morgan says. Okay, hold on. Who is JP Morgan to say anything about Ether? Up until like a month ago, JP Morgan wasn't even allowed to talk about Bitcoin. And now JP Morgan is like coming out and saying, we think that based on on-chain analysis, Ether should be... No, JP Morgan, let me explain this to you. I'm going to explain to you nicely. You do not have the right to think anything yet. You're still learning, okay? You don't have the right to issue reports, to publish anything. You know why? Because up until a month ago, you didn't even know what Ethereum was. So now for you to tell us that Ethereum is only based on $1,000, you know, I'm actually dying to read this report because I haven't watched a good comedy in a long time and I really need something to laugh at. Yeah, exactly. You do not get the right to talk about the Bitcoin, the ETH price. And you know what's going to happen next? I'll tell you what's going to happen next. Some other guy at JP Morgan is going to write a report that ETH is going to be valued at $12,000. You know when that's going to happen? When they think they've accumulated enough ETH. So let me explain something to you. We're not dumb. We're not dumbass, okay? JP Morgan, we're not dumbass. We remember your CEO, Jamie Dimon, who said that anybody who buys Bitcoin, he didn't care. Fred, is there any chance in the world that we still have that crazy video of that guy? We don't have it, eh? The JP Morgan video. If we got it, great. Fred will play it for us. Guys, Jamie Dimon and JP Morgan don't get any right to talk about Ethereum and to give valuations to Ethereum. This is not where, I mean, who are you? Who are you to be talking about that Ethereum should be 75% lower based on network activity? Let me tell you the network activity that I'm seeing. The fastest growth in any network ever in history is Ethereum. The biggest network effect in history is Ethereum. With NFTs, look at this NFT. I showed this to you guys the other day, but it shows you the amount of wallets that are being created every 2 weeks as a result of a network effect of NFT. You want to tell me that the network is worth 1/3 of what it is? Come on, come. You know, I don't even want to talk about the story anymore. Let's move on. Let's move on. Forget about the video. We don't need it. We're not going to talk about these guys again. Let's talk about other stories. Elon Musk. Elon Musk says that he's going to start, or he's asking whether he should start accepting Doge or Tesla to accept Doge. Big story. Big story. Don't laugh the story off, and I'll tell you why it's such a big story. This Dogecoin meme's gone very, very far. So much so that I actually think that it's no longer a meme. It is a big middle finger to everything that is normal and all the rules. And I think that the reason why Elon Musk is pumping this is because he can, and because there's no implications to him if he does. It's not a security, so the SEC can't come after him. And he's kind of showing the world that, hey, we can do whatever we want. This is almost like the fuck you coin to everything that is institutional and everything that is traditional. And I think that what Elon Musk is doing is he's taken this Dogecoin under his belt. And he's saying, look, we're in a world where we can create whatever we want. We can be whatever we want. And if we want to accept a meme coin as our payment mechanism, we can accept a meme coin as our payment mechanism. And he's not stopping. And I don't think he will ever stop, because now his brand is tied to this. Like, I don't think you can now go, look guys, I was only joking. Sorry, big jokes. Not gonna work. Okay. So this thing might actually take off. And to make matters worse, I mean, Fred, I didn't even show you this, right? Let me show you this. So there was a Goldman Sachs London MD said to quit after making a fortune on Dogecoin. I mean, get this. This Dogecoin stuff is, I mean, it's gone far. I mean, I think we're at a point now where, I mean, Dogecoin actually has the network effect. I mean, I would never buy it, but Dogecoin actually really has the network effect. People are talking about it. People are holding it. These TikTokers are holding it. You guys can see what I've been looking at here. I've been looking at DFYN. I'm going to tell you in a bit why I've been looking at DFYN. Okay, so that's Elon, and he's saying that he's going to start asking whether they should start accepting Dogecoin. I bet you within 2 months, Tesla is accepting Dogecoin for purchase of Teslas. I think it's going to be huge. And I must say, this inspired me to launch a new token. And if you're watching the stream, you can actually get some of this token just by watching the show. Can you believe it? Today, I'm going to launch one of our newest tokens. So stay tuned. We're going to present you a token. It's already going parabolic. That's the best. We've just launched it. That's the chart on Dex Tools. So our token is already going parabolic. And just by being here, and in fact, by sharing this content, and by hitting the like button, you can get yourself some of this new coin that we're launching. So we're going to launch that coin today. So stay tuned. Fred's saying, listen, but you're running out of time. There's so much to go because there's so much happening on the show today, right? We have Rudo, we have Sheldon, we have 5 projects that I want you guys to buy. And then we have, of course, the biggest story of the day, which I really want to talk to you guys about. So what is the biggest story of the day? The biggest story of the day is this candle in the Dow Jones. Okay, it doesn't look good in the traditional markets. Thank you, Sheldon. The traditional markets are now down 1.5%. And as you can see, they're going down quite fast. And I warned you guys about the traditional markets collapsing. And I said, if the traditional markets come down, crypto is going to come down with it. So if you want to understand what is going on with the crypto markets, it is because the traditional markets are coming down. And this is a massive problem. Because I said to you guys, I don't expect the crypto market to crash. In fact, what I expect it all to be correlated to the traditional markets. I'm going very orange because of this light. So let's move the table and get out of the light. There we go. Amazing. Fred, you did an amazing job. Okay. So the US stock markets are collapsing. And the reason why the US stock markets are collapsing is because they are scared of inflation. Where is this inflation coming from? This inflation is coming from the printing of the US dollars. There's too much printing of too many US dollars. Fred, we don't need them up. Fred, we don't need them. All good. Okay, so the printing of too many US dollars. I showed you guys the US money supply chart, which I think Fred may actually have us. Do we have that US money printing chart to show the guys? So the US stock market is now collapsing because they're worried about inflation. And the reason why there's so much inflation, or why they are inflation fears, is because they have been printing so much money and because the US is addicted to stimulus. And I've been saying this for a while. I've been saying to you guys, watch out for this because there could be a financial collapse. But today, before the show, Stan Druckenmiller, who's one of the biggest investors in the world today, what did he do? He said that the Fed may actually be risking the US dollar as a reserve currency with their, I think he used the word negligent. Did he use the word negligent? Well, it was something like negligence. He said that the US dollar, they are risking, the Fed is risking the US dollar's reserve currency status. Fred, play that video.
Let's talk about the dollar. And 85% of the transactions are still done in the dollar. You pointed out in a recent speech that you think we've crossed the Rubicon. Are you comfortable saying what you said there, that for the first time in your career, you think we lose reserve status at some point?
I'm comfortable with it. That's my central case. As you know, Joe, I can change my mind. Without the Fed buying, I don't know what the exact number is. I think it's 60% of all the debt issued. The bond markets would be totally rejecting this. So they are enabling this massive expansion in fiscal policy. And the problem is, if you end up getting inflation, and frankly, even if you don't, the debt is going to be so big. You remember I did my entitlement talks 8 or 9 years ago. That's all happened except for one thing, the interest rate level. The interest expense alone will be close to 30% of GDP every year. That's basically what we just spent on the COVID emergency in the last year. There is no way we can afford to have 30% of all government outlays be toward interest expense. So what will happen is the Fed will have to monetize that. When they monetize it, I believe it'll have horrible implications for the dollar. And that's why I said in that speech, yes, that I think it's more likely than not, within 15 years, we lose reserve currency status.
Wow, so that's big. I mean, when Druckenmiller says that he thinks that the US is going to lose reserve currency status, that's huge. But listen to what else he said. This is, for me, the much more interesting part. Who would have thought that he would actually be so bullish on crypto? Listen to this.
It is. Go ahead.
I knew crypto was going to come up in this show. Okay.
I want to get to something that it just is amazing to just see it in print from you, and that is when we do lose the status as a world reserve currency, it's going to be hard to fight because in China, there's a lack of trust in the currency of a foreign dictatorship, obviously, and then Europe's a mess. Your best guess is that a crypto-derived ledger system will be invented and that will become the reserve currency of the world?
Okay, let's not get too carried away.
I know, but that just sizzles with, sell the steak. Go ahead.
I knew crypto was going to come up in this show. Okay, so it's okay. But look, one of the lines about the dollar we've all heard 100 times the last 10 years is we're the cleanest dirty shirt in the room. There's no alternative. And it's true. That is what has been our strongest case for the dollar. Is Europe is a complete mess. Who's going to trust the Chinese? Well, you probably don't remember this, Joe, but 5 or 6 years ago, I said that crypto was a solution in search of a problem. And that's why I didn't play crypto the first wave, because we already had the dollar. What do we need crypto for? Well, the problem has been clearly identified. It's Jerome Powell and the rest of the world's central bankers. There's a lack of trust. So sort of groping for an answer for a central case at best guess, and it's hard to make a forecast 3 months from now, much less 15 years from now. I think the most likely replacement would be some kind of ledger system invented by some kids from MIT or Stanford or some other engineering school that hasn't even happened yet, that can replace the dollar worldwide. I don't know what it'll be. I just know if the Fed is forced to monetize the debt, remember, all in the name.
So he's talking about crypto, and he's saying that basically the dollar is going to be replaced by some kind of crypto. But hold on, it doesn't end there. It doesn't end there. It doesn't end there. Listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this. I've got to find this one for you. This is the greatest one. Listen to what he says about Bitcoin.
Hey, Stan, you made some interesting comments both about the dollar and then crypto, but I'm curious about where you stand. You suggested that there be, some kid who's going to create this next, crypto blockchain ledger. Does that mean that the cryptos that exist today don't fulfill the requirements that you think that we'd need in the future? What does that say about a Bitcoin or an Ethereum then?
First of all, Andrew, that's a very good question, but I'm a 68-year-old dinosaur who has historically used gold as a replacement for fiat currencies, but I'll take a shot at that. It's going to be very hard to unseat Bitcoin as a store of value asset because it's got a 14-year brand. It's been around long enough, and obviously there's a finite supply. Obviously, Ethereum has the lead in terms of smart contracts, in terms of commerce, that kind of stuff. But yes, my guess would be, and thankfully I'm not betting on this one way or the other, Andrew, but my guess would be, you remember Facebook was not the first social network, it was number 11. Yahoo invented the search engine, and with just a marginally better, speedier technology, we all know what happened with Google versus Yahoo. It's just not probable in my mind that Ethereum is going to be the ultimate winner, and that some kid somewhere, because don't forget, some of the best and brightest of kids coming out of this engineering problem, they're all going into KIP.
Okay, I mean, I think the old man's going a bit delusional now. Bottom line is, he says crypto is going to replace the US dollar. He thinks it may be Bitcoin, but maybe not. So who knows? So then the question is, with all these panics, with all this panic about inflation, about interest rates going up, because that's what the problem is with inflation. If inflation goes out of control, which is exactly what's happening in the States, the only way to fix it is to raise interest rates. And if you raise interest rates, the prices of assets are going to drop. And if the prices of assets drop, well, the prices of all assets are going to drop, including Bitcoin. Maybe, maybe not. So question, is this a healthy part of the market cycle? Is this great that, stocks don't only go up, that stocks also every now and then do this? Or should we be more concerned? Is this like the part of the beginning of a crash? And when I have these big, burning questions, then we bring on the big man, and we ask him the burning questions. Rudo.
How's it, man? How's it, everybody? How you guys doing?
Let's bring Sheldon too. I mean, Sheldon.
Yeah, please.
What's up, guys?
Rudo. Healthy market correction, healthy market part of the market cycle, or is something not so good? Is like something unhealthy?
Well, I think it's unhealthy on the dollar side, which is brilliant for us. So everything on the Bitcoin side does look kind of juicy. I don't know. Let's maybe get into it. There's so much we want to say, and always so little time. So let's get busy. So guys, when we look at this, and Ran, you remember the emotional market cycle, maybe this is a cleaner one. So what I do is I map out the emotions, try and gauge where we are, because in the end of the day, it's emotions that drive buying and selling. And that creates the first law of trading. It's supply and demand, supply versus demand. If everybody wants it, they're going to want to have it, price is going to go up. Now, with this being said, and with this a little bit of background, let's then flip into where we were in 2016. And I've been tracking this now, Ran. You've seen this, how I use the GAN system, which means that basically we are all moving through space-time, and what was happening in the past will be happening in the future. It's important for us just to understand how far and how long we need to wait for it. Now, when you look at this little insignificant area, we were looking at this a while back, and obviously in the past it's easy because you know the answer, so it's easy to say, well, this is what you need to equate to get to the answer. When we try and do it in the present, it's much harder, as you all would know, because you don't really know what's going to happen next. And you have to do that as a trader. You have to not really want to know what's going to happen next, because you need to trade. You need to be strategically adapting your strategy. And Sheldon, buddy, you can actually add on to that while I then flip over to my next slide.
So
I agree, buddy.
I don't even know what that means, to be honest. But I'm dying to see the punchline here. Bottom line is
Okay, so the bottom line, the punchline is, Rand, if you trade your prediction, you're gonna fail. You need to stall. The predictions are brilliant. It gives us hope. It blows people away. It's all, it's all showmanship almost. But at the end of the day, supply needs to hold, or support needs to hold for the trend to continue. So whether I'm predicting that you might be selling me your house at a discounted value, if you wake up the morning with a lotto ticket in a winning lotto ticket, my prediction has blown out of the window, because you're going to turn back to me and say, well, you know what? Screw you. I'm holding on keeping my house. Simple as that. So with that being said, yeah.
Okay, so
sorry,
that being said, tell me what's going to happen to the markets. I need to know, are the markets going up or down?
So with that being said, the markets does still look bullish to me. It's that uncomfortable uneasiness that we need that will take maybe 60% out of from the participants out of the market. So they're sitting on the side now saying, okay, I don't know what to do next. And I'll show you that in the candles now. And what that means, it takes very little money now, to influential money, dynamic money, to enter the market, to literally just say, let's go and drive the price up. So now when we look at the past, and remember, we look at the rhyme. We're looking for the rhyme, not for the repeat. One thing that I want to bring to your attention now, we have now reached the point where I can almost say with a little bit of certainty that we have completed the previous optimistic stage, where we were thinking we're in a bull run. Everybody's sort of like feeling like it's in a bull run, especially on some of these alts and on your Banter bags. That's bull run money. Proof is in there. With that being said, what we were looking for was that shakeout. I just want to point out, all the similarities. We haven't had this yet. But if you zoom out, you can see the reason for that was to fill the little bit of imbalance that was left behind. And at this stage, we already tapped that already once, which means we may not necessarily still need to go down further. But that's why I say support needs to hold, and that's it, the end of that. But now, with that being said, if I look at this, yet again, think about this, guys. This is now almost 4 years in the past. What did we get after this little bit of after this shakeout event that we've been looking at? We had a low, we had the shakeout, we had a lower test. We tried to regain a little bit of support. We tried to get back to that support level. Failed miserably. Fell back down, shake everybody out. Everybody gave up. Volume goes down. Boom, all of a sudden price breaks through support, tests it. And then obviously you guys I always like to see this next little picture. Once that breaks out, look at what you go. Boom, belief, thrill, euphoria, and we all make a lot of money. But now what does that mean for where we are today? Let's take that in consideration now. So when you look at this, Rani, you look at this, there's one thing you need to understand, and that's that support that I've been telling you guys. It means absolutely nothing if we don't break it. So now this typically will be the area, because we had price rally to a point, fell back, sort of regrouped itself. Remember, people need to agree that this is roughly a fair price for something, and then move on. And then when that move on, that second shift fails, they're going to move back to that support level to say, okay, well, then let's stick here. And then if that fails, that's when the uncertainty, the shakeout events happen. Now, the same happened for this whole move playing out. We reached that critical point. You can always see it. It's very easy to pick up these levels because you can get these silly little moves down. And you always see that with a line tool. And I like using the line tool just to look for these prediction zones, because what it points out to you with clear certainty is that's areas where price then decided to change its mind. People were fighting over it. And that's what the RS flip is, or the SR flip. It's people trying to decide what they want to do. Now, with this being said, and if we get this bounce on the SR flip, this is a bullish sign, guys. Look at this. Look at this. Let's just take a little step back. Let's just zoom in there and look at this. Look at this. Tell me this isn't the same coin on the same day almost. You've got the low, the bounce, you go up, the lower low, same thing over there. You got the low, the bounce, going up, a lower low, and now we're literally just testing the support level. Boom. So I'm bullish. I'm bullish beyond reason, because at the moment my prediction is telling me that. Now, if we lose that support, that's a completely different story. So that's my feeling. Sheldon, maybe you want to weigh in there, and Rand, what is your feeling about the picture that I'm painting at the moment?
We don't hear Sheldon. Sheldon keeps muting himself.
Why? That's so weird. But anyway, what's up, guys?
Uh,
Okay, Rudo, I just need that last picture, that last one you showed, because you showed us the RS flip. You didn't show us that when it plays out, what's next. Can you please show
Okay,
that?
well,
Just get Rudo's screen back on there, please.
Yes,
good
sir.
guys.
There we go. So when you get that flip, zoom out, look at
There's
the
the
next.
flip.
Look
So
what
I'm going to
happens
go to
next.
auto. Look at what happens next.
So that
Look at
just
that
shows
bounce.
you where we actually are in the actual market right now. So where we are fighting key levels. We're holding these key levels, specific zones we must hold. We know dominance is going to bounce at some point. And that dominance bounce makes sense for us to start getting a rally like that, for us to start getting that momentum to get that move. And we know where the critical areas are. So right now we're holding support. We are holding the levels that we need to hold. We know the importance of the lower lows, and we know that if we drop that, then we'll start shifting strategy to see where can we retrace to for now and start to move. But we are sitting at a critical. Look at that. We are actually just circle where we are right now, Rudo, on that chart.
He's sitting right there, guys.
There
X
we go.
marks the spot almost. I
There
can
we
maybe
go.
use a different
So
color.
So that's the level. And you know, does it sort of tie up, Rand, with what we be doing every morning? That dominance needs to bounce at some point. And what
Yeah.
makes sense if that dominance does
Show
bounce?
me the dominance. Show me the dominance. Show me the dominance. We got like 2 more minutes. Show me the dominance chart. Let's get your chart on
Okay,
the
there's
screen.
the dominance.
Has the dominance woken up again? Have we got that bounce that we wanted closer to the resistance line?
Yeah, well, it's still trailing down right now. But when we get that, what's going to happen? You know
Let's see
what I
the
mean?
1 hour candles. Let's see the 1 hour candles. You're looking at the daily candles. It's too big for me.
So let's have a look. Cool. So we're still trailing down, lower lows. We're still trailing down for now. So everything is
No
still on
reason.
par. Yeah, they are. Right now, it's still altcoins. We're still running Ethereum. All of these coins are still holding strong through everything. But we know it's coming. And we know at some point something is coming. Nothing just goes in a straight line down like this. We know there's going to be reaction. And to see where we're sitting right now on that chart, guys, it can blow your mind what can actually happen to Bitcoin. Rita, you didn't even show your end target then. I'll just say it. The end target on that chart, if he had to mimic it from the previous to that, gets him to $220,000 Bitcoin. So understanding that where we're actually sitting, we are obviously going to track every day and see that the critical levels, but the potential is huge and we're actually still super early in the cycle.
Yeah, that's crazy stuff if you think about that target. And so what do we need to do? You know, if you look at the screen that I've got up here, all that we need to do is just give it time to almost just figure itself out. We've got the rhyme. We're making higher highs. If we get a shakeout, guys, remember, we lose support when a candle opens below this level on the daily or on the 8 hour and then closes again. A wick doesn't mean we lost support. People always, when you get to that, they jump out too quickly, thinking that it's over. And then lastly, we know this. When the DXY dumps, Bitcoin pumps. Simple as that. So when you look at the DXY dumping like this, every time it dumped, we had this insane Bitcoin season. DXY is dumping, and I'm sorry to say, it is a grim picture. If you look at this area over here, we've literally just lost this trend again. We're tracking down. We spent too much time before we got there. So we're tracking imbalance, but there's a magnet keeping it here, and it's keeping it below the trend. Now, there's the lower low alert there, 89.66. Once we cross that, and you have to be patient with this because this is a daily thing, but once we cross that, the XY is going to go down, and there's the targets. Now, with that, then, that's maybe what we need. Boom, Bitcoin gets to 100,000. Boom, Bitcoin gets to 250,000. You know, you never know. But
I agree. My long-term thesis is that I agree with you guys. My short-term thesis, though, is that I want to show you guys something that I've created. My short-term thesis is...
Go for it, Red.
So I want to talk to you guys about this. Just have a look at this and tell me what you think. So, okay. My long-term thesis is that the guys are right, that Bitcoin is going to 100,000 or 200,000. My short-term thesis is that dumb money, stupid money, is flowing into this market. Yeah, guys, I think that there's a lot of dumb money and stupid money flowing into this market. I think that when you get headlines that the MD of Goldman Sachs in London is resigning and leaving his job because he made money on Dogecoin, there's a lot of dumb money in entering this market. So much so that I was actually inspired to launch my own coin. Yes, guys, you heard correctly. So I'm going to present to you today a new altcoin. Fred, can we present the coin to them? What do you think? So the coin is called the Dumbcoin. Yeah, guys, the Dumbcoin. It's the new coin that we've created. It's a tradable coin. It's called a Dumbcoin. And how the Dumbcoin actually works is very simple. We took the amount of money flowing into Shiba, Dogecoin, Akina, SafeMoon, and SafeMars, and we created an index. In fact, it wasn't us. It was actually Mama Sniper that created this index. And I want to show you something. Mama Sniper's amazing work. So, we say we're a family around here. We took the prices of all these tokens, which is SafeMoon, SafeMars, Shiba Inu, Akita, and Dogecoin, and we indexed them and we added up the prices. And guys, it's unreal to see how much money is flowing into this market. I want to zoom in, and then once we zoom in, let me try and zoom in for you guys, that you guys can actually see the amount of shitcoin money that is flowing into this market. Okay, so if you index it, look at the price when you add all the prices together. It starts off at 8.4 a month ago, and today it is on 594, which means the money flowing into these shitcoins has 100x'd itself, which means that Dumbcoin has actually 100x'd itself. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to keep Dumbcoin running. Dumbcoin is going to be the guide to see how much dumb money is flowing into the market, and how much people are willing to put money into dumb shitcoins. Doge, Shiba Inu, Akita, all these useless coins that have no use case. And it is an indicator for how much dumb money is in the market. And if there is dumb money in the market, you want to be getting your cashometer up. So let's recap. We have a coin. The coin is called Dumbcoin. Dumbcoin is made up of the prices of all the dumb money. Shiba, Dogecoin, Akina, SafeMoon, SafeMars. Okay? Add those together, add the prices together, put on an index. That index is going parabolic. That index is almost 100x itself, which means there's almost 100x more dumb money in the market than there was a month ago. When the dumb money index goes up, the cashometer goes up. So that's how we know how much cash we need to have. So cash is getting to an all-time high. Why? Because dumb money in the market is getting to an all-time high. When people come into this market and make 350,000 X's on dumb money dogs, then we are getting out of the market. Because a good friend of mine says to me, he says, if you sleep with the dogs, you're going to land up with fleas. And that's the problem. There's dumb money in the market, and you're going to get fleas if you carry on playing in this market. So guys, tread carefully. Even though I think that Bitcoin is going to go up, and it's going to go up to the moon, I think you got to tread carefully. And that's really, really, really what I wanted to say to the guys. Guys, what do you think of the Dumbcoin? It's not that dumb, right?
That's a bloody smart coin, that guys.
It's a smart coin. Guys, we're going to make the Dumbcoin actually tradable. Like, you're going to be able to buy Dumbcoin if you're dumb enough. So if you're dumb enough to buy Dumbcoin, we'll make it available to you guys. But we're going to actually keep... Yeah, Mama Sniper is going to keep updating this for us every day, because that's Mama Sniper is now part of the team. So she's going to keep updating this for us every day, and we're going to see how the Dumbcoin keeps growing. So again, Freddie, just show the slide to the guys. Show the guys what the Dumbcoin actually looks like. Well done to our designers for creating the Dumbcoin. It's a mix of a whole lot of other shitcoins, and for as long as these shitcoins are going up, we are very, very, very scared. In these markets, in these corrective markets, what you need to be doing is you need to be looking to buy smart things. This is an opportunity for you guys to buy pullbacks. And a lot of you are asking me, okay, well, what pullbacks are you actually buying? So let me tell you about the pullbacks that I'm actually buying here today. There are two types of pullbacks, or two types of things that I'm buying. One kind of thing that I'm buying is I'm buying a good narrative. And there's a whole lot of good narratives that I want to talk about today. The other one is that I'm buying a whole lot of opportunities. And I want to show you 2 opportunities, or 3 opportunities, or 5 opportunities today. So let's talk about, let me check what I can do here. Okay, so let me get into narratives for you. So one narrative that I'm definitely buying, which is a narrative and an opportunity, is the move to Ethereum layer 2, the move to Matic and Polygon. And in that narrative, remember I said to you the basic building blocks for those kind of things are the decentralized exchanges, the DEXs. And you know that the big DEX that I was actually looking at, and I want to show it to you guys, was Quickswap. I said to you guys that Quickswap is one that I'm looking at. So let's look at the price of Quickswap. Quickswap is trading at $800. Let's have a look at it. So Quickswap trading at $800. But let's look at the market cap of Quickswap on a fully diluted basis. On a fully diluted basis with 1 million coins outstanding, Quickswap has a fully diluted market cap of $800 million. And it is by far the biggest DEX or decentralized exchange on Matic Layer 2. But what about the cross-chain exchanges? And that's the one that I want to talk to you about. There's a cross-chain exchange. The cross-chain exchange, I told you, it's called DFYN, DFYN. It launched into a weak market. Now, we know when things launch into a weak market, what happens? They never reach their true value on launch. Let's look a bit further. What is the fully diluted market cap of DFYN? I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's under $250 million, which means that this may be an opportunity. If you're looking to buy, if you're bullish on Ethereum Layer 2, and you're bullish on Matic, which I'm very, very bullish on Matic, then I think that this one may be a good one to be buying. So look at it, do your own research. I think it's an early stage gem that may be worth buying. Another one that I want you guys to see, and I said this on my Twitter, I think you guys need to look at this. Let me show you. Okay. This is a DeFi play, and the DeFi play is called Rari. Now, generally, I wouldn't be looking at the governance token of Rari. The only reason why I'm looking at it today is because over the weekend, the Rari token was hacked. Okay, so they were hacked. The token price went from $20 all the way down to $12. Okay. When something trades at $12, when it was trading at $20, and we know that they're going to recover because they got hacked, and most of their people had insurance policies and have already been paid, okay, or are going to get paid. They're not going to curl up and die. I did this when Pickle got hacked, and I bought the Pickle token for $10 and $9 and $8. And guess what? The Pickle token is now already back at $20, $21. So hacks are opportunities. The other opportunity that I want to talk to you guys about is narratives. And the big narrative that I think has been neglected is the narrative of the decentralized web. And remember, if you want to create a decentralized web, if we want to create blockchains and be decentralized, we have to create a decentralized web. And the decentralized web means that we have to have two components. We have to have storage, and we have to have computing power. So you want to store the data, and you want to have computational data. When it comes to computing data, there are two plays that I think are opportunities if you can buy the dip. And ironically, I think both of them are currently in a dip. The first one is one that you know we love very much, and that one is AIOZ. So AIOZ is a token that we really like. It had a token unlock, and because it had a token unlock, the price has collapsed. And also because it's a micro cap, it's one of the smaller cap gems. So today it looks like you can pick up AIOZ for 82 cents. Guys, at 82 cents, for me, AIOZ, huge buy if you're in the field of decentralized computing power. The next one, which we don't talk about enough, but I think I'm going to get them on the show this week, is Akash. The Akash network is, again, a decentralized computing power network, which is huge. It has huge adoption and a whole lot of nodes. For me, this is one that you guys should be looking at. That's part of this decentralized web narrative. The other narrative that we need to be looking at if we're looking at the decentralized web is decentralized file storage. And when it comes to decentralized file storage, there are two plays that I want you guys to have a look at. The first play that I want you guys to have a look at is I want you guys to have a look at, you know, we're very bullish on Arweave, and we're very bullish on these decentralized file storage coins. So I see Fred, look at that. Fred, so committed, putting up garbage bags to make sure that we don't have sun here, guys. We've got the sun. Fred, so committed, sick today and outside putting up garbage bags, man. I mean, amazing. So in terms of computing power, we said AIOZ and Akash are the two that we are looking at. And I think that this is a big narrative that's about to explode. Don't miss it. People haven't been focusing on this narrative. In terms of file storage, we love Arweave. We've said it. Arweave is up to date. There are two other plays that we love. The first one is Coldstack. Coldstack, I don't know if you guys have been following Coldstack. Let me get it for you guys so that you can see it. Coldstack is like the Uber of decentralized file storage. What they do is effectively they are an aggregator. So instead of going to storage, SIA, Filecoin, etc., you go through the aggregator, and it becomes a portal for decentralized file storage. And the results that they achieve are quite phenomenal. Let me actually read you some of the results that they achieve, which I have here. Okay, if a company wanted to store 1 million 1 kilobyte files and 10,000 1 gigabyte files, on SEA, it would cost them $1,500. On Amazon, it would cost them $800. And on Coldstack, because they're aggregating all this data, they're like an interface that aggregates all this data, that same file storage would cost them $400. It's also much faster file storage because of the architecture that these guys have created and the migration from Amazon Web Services to Coldstack is easy as pie. So for me, if you're not looking at Coldstack, which was launched on Superstarter, and I'm not sure if the liquidity is actually in. I mean, it doesn't look like the liquidity is actually in. Look out for Coldstack. I think if you can't get it on Superstarter, which is Elio's launchpad or Super's launchpad, then what I want you to do is I want you to look and see if you can get it at a reasonable market cap on the market, and I'll keep you guys updated on Twitter. That's the first one that we are extremely excited about. The next one, wow, look at that, 247,000 subscribers. The next one that we're absolutely excited about is a company or a protocol called Argo. And the reason why I'm so excited about this is it launches tomorrow. The IDO is tomorrow. And the reason why I'm so excited about it is because it works on Arweave. And for me, Arweave is one of the most undervalued best tokens on the market. And any project that's going to help Arweave grow for me is super exciting. So with that, I want to bring in Prashant Muraya. Prashant, how are you, my friend?
Hey, Ran. I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. So Prashant, in a nutshell, tell us what you guys are actually building and why you guys have decided to build this thing.
Yeah, so Ran, I was basically the entire thing comes around me first because I was in the enterprise development prior to that. And when I joined the blockchain, for me, it was like a nightmare to go and understand most of the things. So what I decided is like get into the system, understand what exactly it is, and find out the missing puzzle of this entire ecosystem. So, and then the missing puzzle, which we found out is most of the application in the space, they talk about decentralization. They say we are totally decentralized, but they understand the decentralization on the part of smart contracts matter. They don't understand the decentralization when it comes to your web application, your data decentralization, your infrastructure decentralization. And that is where Argo comes into the picture, which helps the entire community of web app developers, dApp developers, DEXs, and all those people to go and use Argo for decentralizing their web application and data as well.
Okay, so how does Argo actually work? So what does Argo actually do?
So Argo actually, so when we go for a dApp or any kind of application development, there is a life cycle of it. So the life cycle starts with on your machine when you start coding something, and then the second life cycle comes into the picture when you push some code to the system, right? So that your user can view it. And that is where Argo comes into the picture. We are trying to automate those processes and making sure whenever user goes and push anything, it directly goes to the decentralized ecosystem without worrying much about. They don't even have to learn blockchain at all. Even today, also some of the users are from institutes. They don't even know how blockchain works, but they are deploying their applications on blockchain. That is the beauty of Argo, and that is what Argo is trying to do.
And how is Argo integrated into Arweave?
Yeah, so Arweave has the very best use case, I would say. As we always say, right? It is the coin which always been not been looked that much. I would also say like it is not, but the potential it has, it is huge. One-time archival fee and long-term hosting and all those kind of thing, right? It always lucrates people and nobody knows about it. And once people start knowing about it, it is going to be a success one. So for us, that was the part, because most of the users, what happened is, if you remember, around 2014 or 15, there was a drive happened when they changed the entire content policy for them, where they reduced their 12 GB data to 5 GB data without informing users at all. And then what happened? All those users have lost their data. That is the best use case which I always go and tell to the people. But in case of Arweave, it is not going to ever happen. Once you paid, you paid. Your generations are going to see your data. Your generations are going to see the web application you are hosting there. The generations are, and for a company and business, it is huge profit. After 2 or 3 years down the line, you will start seeing the profit on your balance sheet as well.
Okay, so you guys are launching an IDO. When is your IDO? When is your IDO taking place?
IDO is going to be it's tomorrow basically. So yeah, so it is tomorrow basically, and First, it will be on all the pools will open on the Ignition. We are doing on the Ignition paid network, and then after that we'll move to Uniswap, and we are also talking to go into Polygon as well, because Polygon is our official partner, and we are looking the opportunity to deploy some liquidity there as well.
Okay, so hold on a second. Under the assumption that some of our viewers don't get tokens in the IDO, because I think that's a bit late. What is the IDO price of the token? The reason why I ask that is I want to see, maybe the token will come on without exploding, and then there's an opportunity to buy it early before the explosion. What is the IDO price tomorrow?
Ran, it is quite low. It is 0.25 for the public users who is going to participate. And I know we kept it low. It is because we wanted more and more people, and we know, right, the potential which we have, and we have working product and everything, and most of the announcements are on the line. So yeah, 0.125 is the ideal price with the valuation of 12.5.
0.125 is 12.5 cents or 0.125 cents?
0.125 cents. It is on the valuation of 12.5 million.
Wow. Okay. So a valuation of 12.5 million coming to market tomorrow. Is that on a fully diluted basis?
No, it is not.
Okay.
So
So one,
450K is gonna be in the circulating supply, which initial market cap is going to be, I believe, and that is how we'll be taking it forward.
okay. So guys, full disclosure, I am an investor in this project. I have invested money in this project. I always tell you guys when I've invested. I guess that's a good sign because I backed this team. I mean, I guess that I was one of your original backers, right? I mean, I think I discovered you guys or somewhere along there.
Yeah, that is correct. So it was generally because of you, and also you trusted our entire product and idea, and I always wanted to thank you for that. But yeah, you are the guy who helped us a lot to ship the entire ship.
Yeah, and I mean, again, just as normal guys, I mean, I discovered this project. I thought it was a gem. I think the guys are very smart. But I didn't, I mean, Prashant, you can say this. Did I ever take anything for free? Did I ever charge you guys? Did I get any advisor tokens? Anything like that?
So I would like to say one thing to audience who is watching this entire show. I don't know how many of you know Ran in person or not. I have been in touch with Ran for a longer time now. The one thing is about even to come on this show, I have to prove myself. The entire team had to prove Ran like we are working hard. The entire product is working hard and everything. And then only we got into it. And that is the beauty of the people like you who is backing the products. You always look into those things. But yeah, if I have to say you have taken some profit out of it, no, I would not say. You have backed us, you have helped us a lot. But
I paid for my tokens like everybody else, right?
Right.
All right, man, listen. Good luck for tomorrow. Good luck for tomorrow. Big day for you guys tomorrow. I'm going to keep watching. You guys are one of my pet projects. I found you guys early. You guys, and I mean, the other project which I found early, which is coming to market, is Donkey. And Donkey is also coming to market this week. So big week for us. My man, good luck for tomorrow. Let's see how it goes. And then we'll keep following progress.
Thank you very much, Ran. See you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Alrighty, so that's that. Now, quickly, because we are running out of time. But you can see that there are 247,914 subscribers, which means that in 2,100 subscribers, we got to give away 2 Banter bags. Fred, who are we giving the Banter bags to? Okay, so 1 today, 1 tomorrow. Let's find a Banter bags winner, baby. What is it? Should we announce the winner now? You're right. You know, we'll do that. So what we'll do is Sheldon will actually pick a winner, and Sheldon will announce the winner on Twitter. So if you're not following Sheldon's account, it's Sheldon_Sniper. And Sheldon_Sniper is going to pick a winner in the Banter bags. And he's going to announce the winner in the Banter bags because that's what it says. It says we can do whatever we want in the terms and conditions. So Sheldon's going to pick a winner. All right, guys. I'll see you again tomorrow. Until then, if you are trading, trade well, my friend. It is a bit dicey on the market, so be careful. Don't get burnt. We need you guys back here tomorrow with your checkbook because George is here tomorrow. I'll see you again tomorrow. Until then, trade well, my friend.
Crypto Banter is a social podcast for entertainment purposes only. All opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, and callers should not be construed as financial advice. Views expressed by guests and hosts do not reflect the views of the station. Listeners are encouraged to do their own research.